For those of you who have been watching me over the last few years throwing knives and axes and everything else that I do in the great outdoors, it's been time for a big adventure. And as a family we've decided that we want to relocate to Bulgaria. So hopefully 4 hours time I should be reaching the coast, and by tomorrow finding a property to buy. But I'm so glad that I've got into the city, because now it's absolutely gorgeous out here. I mean, the views are phenomenal. I just needed to get out of that city. So I'm about halfway on my drive now through Bulgaria, from Sofia to Burgas. Some parts of it have been like driving through the Lake District or driving through Wales, except obviously in a left-hand drive vehicle on the wrong side of the road. But you know, the mountains are just like Wales and the Lake District. It's very green, it's very lush. The other thing that's really different is the buildings. The buildings are very, very different, and to the point where some of the villages are quite picturesque in their own unique way, even when they're in the middle of nowhere. Well, here we are. It is now the 4th of May, and I did the 4-hour drive all the way from Sofia to Sunny Beach, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, sun's shining. The resort's not yet open fully, there's a few places open, but I'm here early season to try and bag a property. So yeah, so interesting. The waves are breaking behind me. Let's just hope it's going to be a nice day, and I meet some nice estate agents, or real estate agents as they're called over here, and see what they could do for me. So yeah, hopefully interesting day ahead. 3rd day in, and still in Sunny Beach. It's been an interesting couple of days trying to organise viewing properties. There's been everything from big processions of Ukrainians doing a thank you speech in the main strip here at Sunny Beach, right through to spending some time with a fantastic bloke called Pat, who's a British estate agent over here, and he's given me loads of advice, loads of tips. Spent most of yesterday afternoon with him. And then last night a few beers with many other expats, British expats, all of which said that yes, it's difficult to buy property, it's difficult to get a D visa, it's difficult to get residency, everything takes forever. However, they wouldn't go back. You know, they've made the move. Some of them have done it recently since Brexit as well, so they've had to jump through all the hoops that I'm jumping through, and they've said that 100% best thing they ever did, best move they've ever made, and they couldn't go back to living in the UK. So lots of positives. It's a lot harder for us because we're not of pensionable age. But yeah, so I've kind of found my way around Sunny Beach now. It's quite a big area. It's much bigger than I expected, but I kind of know the main parts. So yeah, I found some nice places to eat. I found the bars that seem to be the go-to places for locals and expats alike, and they're kind of, you know, a little bit out of the way. They're not the main tourist strip, but it's nice, it's pleasant. So while I have another beer and enjoy the sun, we'll see what happens this afternoon when I eventually hopefully get to see my first property over here. I'll film it and let you know. Cheers guys. So we're now at the end of day 3, and it's been a long day. I've spent most of the time waiting for the estate agent, the Bulgarian estate agent, to contact me.
but we've had some good news. So we've had a bit of a breakthrough. The property that we've been looking at, which is one of the very few properties that are around within my budget at the moment, the owner has been in touch with the estate agent to organise a viewing for Saturday. So that's good news. The estate agent seems to think that the property will suit my needs. He's basically said it's got everything going for it. It's a nice village, lots of expats there. You know, all the facilities we need really, and the amenities we need, and it's still only 25 minutes out of Sunny Beach. So yeah, so I'm pretty impressed. Fingers crossed now that once I've met the owner, if all goes well, should be able to do a deal, put a deposit down and secure the property. So we're still on Friday afternoon. I've had the pleasure today to go out with Pat from One Stop Property Shop, Sunny Beach. He showed me around all the local villages, showed me where to buy and where not to buy. I've even visited one of the houses I was interested in originally. So yeah, so we're still waiting to see what tomorrow brings. I found the village that I want to be in, and the problem is now there's not many properties for sale. So I'm going to have a look tomorrow, see what I can find. Hopefully the Bulgarian estate agent will look after me and we'll get it sorted. So Pat's kindly offered to do the legal services for me, so I will send any paperwork that I'm shown directly to him before I sign anything. It's a bit of common sense over here. And we've got a bit of a breezy day here on the beach. It's great for me because you might see in the background we've got some kite surfing going on. Definitely one of my favourite sports and activities.
Hi guys, so now we are on the big day. It is Saturday morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I've just been for my breakfast at the bakery, and yeah, now we're coming towards the end of the week that I'm here. Things are starting to open up a little bit. All the hotels are now preparing for holiday makers for the rest of the season. But today I get to view the property that is in the perfect location. So all depending on the paperwork will depend on whether I buy it or not. So exciting, nerve-wracking, little bit concerned because I don't really sort of know the estate agent, not managed to speak to him for long, but he does seem nice enough, he seems genuine enough, but they all do over here. Every Bulgarian seems genuine, they seem nice, big smiles, but at the end of the day they need to make money. So I'm just lucky that I've got backup and support from British expats that have been here for years, and they've got the knowledge, they've got the contacts, so that's going to help me. As you can see, even at the beginning of May, absolutely stunning. 8 o'clock in the morning, the sun's shining, it's lovely and warm. The nights are even warming up a little bit now. So yeah, so interesting. Let's just see how it goes, see how today goes, and hopefully by the end of the day I'll be able to yeah, I'll be able to report some good news. So on a more personal note, I feel like I did make the right decision trying to come over here and do things like I've done on the cheap. So, you know, it's cost me hardly anything to be here. It's cost me £35 for a flight, £35 back. It's cost me €80, so about £74 for a hire car for the week. And as I'm trying to do things on a budget, I'm trying to live off sort of 10 to 15 lev a day, which is it's somewhere between £5 and £7 a day, which over here you can do. So that'll get you 2 meals, it'll get you some beers, your water, you know. Right, I've come back up to Gorica just because, even though I've had the really bad news that apparently the house we were looking at was a deposit was put down on it yesterday, which I really don't believe, but apparently that's the case. I thought I'd better come up to Goritza to just take some photos, just so I can show my family what it's all about. So yeah, have a look around and see what you think. So this is quite common here in the villages, that you'll have a traditional house with an outside toilet, little shed, and then behind it a really modern, more than likely expat owned brand new building. It's kind of like you can see who's got the money, and it's certainly not the Bulgarians. However, I'd be so happy to pick myself up a good property that's a Bulgarian property, traditional one like this. Be absolutely fine, but there's not that many around for sale. So obviously a lot of expats come in and buy a plot of land, or they buy a house like some of these over here that are falling down, and they demolish them and rebuild. But it is absolutely stunning. It's just a beautiful place, it really is. The backdrop of the hills, and because we're up as well, you've got views all the way around. Yeah, absolutely stunning little place. So I've now made it through to my last day in Sunny Beach area, and to be fair, I'm saying last day, it's going to be the last morning. I'm going to go and get some food and then take the long drive back up the A1 all the way to Sofia to meet my accountant again and finalise the company and give them power of attorney to deal with the accounts while I'm not in the country. Property hunting has not gone anywhere near as well as expected, but there have been some positives. So I now know which villages I like, which villages I don't like. I also know that I've got at least 2 estate agents here in Bulgaria now that fully understanding of my requirements, and have basically said, don't worry, it might take a couple of weeks, might take a couple of months, but they will find a property that is suitable for what I need. So I'm quite happy about that. Overall, it's been an interesting trip. You know, I spent a couple of hours last night again talking with some people, some English people that moved out over here years ago. Still absolutely loving it. Some have bought in the villages, some have bought apartments in Sunny Beach, some have bought apartments in Burgas. It all depends on what kind of lifestyle you want to lead, 100%. I certainly couldn't see myself living in Sunny Beach in an apartment. It's just not me. I can see it for people that are retired, but it's just not me. the villages are beautiful, the villages are stunning, and yeah, it's just a different way of life, a much slower pace. And I think after this week, it's kind of really made me feel that it's going to be a hard time to organise ourselves to get the dream life over here. It's going to be really tough to get everything in place, and come over here to live. And then it might be tough to adjust to lifestyle over here, but it's far better and far healthier than back home. You know, that's the main thing. It's a healthier lifestyle, it's a better lifestyle. The sun's shining most of the year, you know, you get snow at winter, yeah. So let's keep the hard work going and hope for the best. I feel a little bit broken because I hoped that I would have found the property of our dreams and put a deposit down on it, and the next step would have been coming over with the family to visit, and start bringing things over and start, you know, making the property our own. But that's just not happened. That could have happened 2 years ago, but because of COVID and because of Brexit and because of all the rubbish that's come in the last couple of years, a lot of the reasons why I want to get out of the UK, I must add, yeah, because of all them issues, it's just made it almost impossible. Anyway, I'm going to go to the bakery, get my breakfast, and then drive to Sofia. Mad to think there's a gorgeous little village there, just into the hillside, and then you've got the mountains, snow-covered mountains.
So what else do you need to know about Bulgaria? Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I'm here at the beginning of the season, so it's very quiet. Sofia is a big city, much bigger than I expected. But when I got out into the mountains and into the villages, especially near the coast, absolutely stunning. And to be fair, this says it all, just the view that we have here. Sat in Sofia airport, just waiting for my flight with a view of the mountains like that, snow-covered mountains. You just can't go wrong. It is a beautiful country, beautiful weather, everything that I've ever dreamed of for me and my family. The hard part now is dealing with all the bureaucracy, dealing with all the paperwork, dealing with the Bulgarian estate agents. But fingers crossed, as soon as we find a property, we're definitely coming back out. As soon as we find a property, we'll come out as a family and get everything signed off, buttoned up, and then we'll have a place in the sun. So fingers crossed, everything's going to go well. Signing out from Sofia.